Silver is looking strong. We'll analyze that plus gold and platinum. And I have some explosive show and tell for you. Use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. Or if you're watching this live, you get to enjoy everything we do here, the merriment and mirth at Good Morning Stackers, your week daily live show all about gold, silver, bullion, economic news, all that sort of stuff. Get your shout outs in right now, get in your comments, etc. I'll read them out. Here's what we do. In the first minute of the show, we do the synchronized slurp. You grab a tasty beverage and all the GMS family, join the GMS family, hit the big red subscribe button to take part in the first minute of the show of the synchronized slurp. We slurp our tasty beverages, whatever you're drinking, that's okay, your deal. And we do it together. It's a family thing. It's to connect us over the interwebs. So we'll do that in the first few seconds, first minute of the show. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to a brand new day. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday, May the 29th, 2024. My name is Joe Main. I've worked in the bullion industry in Australia for 11 years, stacker for longer than that. And now I do this show week daily. I'll do some shout outs. Then we talk about silver looking very strong, gold, platinum analysis as well. Then I'm going to show you the explosive show and tell that I have for you. So here's what we do. You know what we do. We do some shout outs first because it's all about the GMS family. We're building this community here. 272 subscribers now, a few new ones overnight. Can't be wrong. So welcome to all the newbies. Welcome to everyone watching from Reddit, from Wall Street Silver and Silver DGen Club as well. Pete Repeat says, GMS, sorry, I will be in and out of live today. That's okay, mate. That's all right. As long as you're in at some point, I'm happy. CT from Texas says, GMS. David Williams, morning all. Tony Peterson back in the house. GMS, synchronized slurp, baby. Good morning to everyone. She says, fantastic. Get your last little shout outs in. And while you're doing that, I'm going to, of course, tell you all about Perth Bullion Exchange. They are my brand partner. Of course, they are Australia's first bullion dealer. Get this, the first bullion dealer in Australia to offer free shipping, not just express, just free shipping on all discount volumes. Meaning if you buy over a certain quantity, you get automatic free shipping. That's never been a thing in Australia before until Perth Bullion Exchange launched at the start of this month and decided to do it. You've seen it for all the big boys, AppMex, SD Bullion, all the ones in the States have some kind of buy over a certain amount and you just get free shipping. We either haven't been able to or have refused to in some kind of way do it here in Australia, but Perth Bullion Exchange decided, no, we're launching our business, we're going to be the first. So they are my brand partner and my preferred dealer at the moment. I've worked for a bunch of different major bullion dealers in Australia. You know where I've come from. A lot of you do. And they're all great too, but they are my preferred dealer for not just this reason for free shipping, but a whole bunch of other reasons as well. They're doing everything I would do if I was starting my own bullion business. So that is my personal opinion. You can take it for what it is, but I would certainly give them a try. What you would do, they're doing their 30 days of specials. So if you go to their website, perthbullion.com.au, I don't think the special is up just yet, but if you type in special over here on the right-hand side, and it should, okay, so yesterday's special is still up. And so they'll just replace that with today's special, whatever that's going to be. Yesterday's special, and it's still there, is the 1 ounce Legendary Warriors Julius Caesar for $2 off per coin. And you still get free shipping if you buy over a certain quantity. I think it's you buy a tube of 20 or more, you get free shipping too. Can you believe it? It's just crazy. So that's a good way to find out what the special is. My understanding is there's the 30 days of specials, obviously coming to an end at the end of May. I think on the 31st of May, there's a whole bunch of specials happening on the one day, as far as I'm aware, because, I do speak to Ricky at Perth Bullion Exchange quite often because they are my brand partner. And that's it. Also, last thing, if you want to work with me, I do teach people how to launch. I teach businesses how to launch and grow on YouTube. I've done it many, many times for other businesses, and I do it I have clients right now, and I deal with any kind of business, not just bullion businesses. You have any kind of business that can benefit, which it can, from launching and growing a YouTube channel to build your customer base. If you're a new business or even an established business that doesn't really have a social media presence. I help you with that. I teach you the skills to do it yourself, or someone within your, an employee or something like that. Or, I could even start doing it for you, but it's mainly I'm teaching you how to do it. I'm a business coach for YouTube. That's what I do. Just, contact me, blah, blah, blah. You can find me at instagram.com/itsjoemain and send me a message over there. Wolf Webb says GMS, and Tony's I love Tony because she chats with everyone, and you can chat amongst yourself as well, but you should be listening to what I have to say, because now we're going to snap straight to silver is looking strong as of right now. So this is again Wednesday 29th of May at 9:36 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so as of right now, it's still, I think, let me double check the price, it's still above $32, and that's good. Yes, it is. It's above $32. And I just want to show you this. I wanted to start with showing you silver on the yearly time frame. Let's just sit back for 2 seconds. Look at this. Does that look exciting to you? It certainly does to me. It certainly does. It's great to see us over the $31 mark, and we'll punch in just a second. Great to see us over 32. I'll just punch into the day, but just look at this. Cup handle. Where do you think it's going from here? The greatest cup in history of cups on a technical analysis thing. Greater. I've never seen one greater. Can you point to one for me? Maybe you can say, oh, gold too. Yeah, okay, sure. But silver, look at this. It's just mental. Mental. Does that absolutely 100% say we're going to the moon? No, of course not. But look at it. If this pattern plays out like we think it is, it's just in the next bunch of years. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Sky's the limit. So let's pop into the daily time frame, because that's what we really need to talk about, and also the 4-hourly time frame as well. And we'll pop on our indicators too. So yesterday we were talking about, where are we? We had closed yesterday above the $32 level, and that was good to see. And so, actually, no, we hadn't closed above 32 USD yet. We had closed, and then we were below it. So I was saying that we really wanted to close. That's right. That's what I was saying. I took the Fibonacci from this high and this low, was talking about how, look at that. Look at that classic Fibonacci right there. It found support at the 50%. What do you know? $31, 20 something. Anyway, I was talking about the fact that a lot of people think that once you have a peak, you come back down and you break above the 618 level right here. That's an indication for most people that it's onwards and upwards from there if you hold above it. I like to use the 0.786 because I've been in crypto as well for a long time, and I've seen many times where you have a fake out at the 0.786 level. That happened to be $32 for silver in USD. And so for me, I was saying it's got to at least close a day above 32. And it's done that yesterday. So that's great to see. So that's why I'm saying silver is looking strong. While we remain above 32 US dollars, it's looking strong for some new all-time highs coming in just days. But as long as we're above 32, if this is a fake out, and just be aware of all that stuff. So there's other things we need to be aware of course. Take into account here, we have been extremely overbought on silver. We are back down, and we're back up at this little level, that 70 level, which is kind of the normal range. So the normal range for RSI is between 30 to 70. And of course, you go through periods where you go to extremely overbought. So you go over 70 and extremely oversold. So you go under 30. We're coming up to that 70 mark right there. See that dotted line? So look, is that the dead cat bounce? So we find resistance there and back down? Yeah, look, it's quite possible. But while we're above 32, it remains strong. So I just have to use the weight of evidence for the moment. So it's great to see it close above 32. So I have to say for now, while it's above 32, we're going to see new high prices in the next couple of days. I'd say within 2 market days, something like that. We're at Wednesday, yeah. So by close of market this week, I would say. That's while it's above 32. If it does close a day below 32, then, I will change my mind, of course, based on the evidence. So that's all you really need to know. Just be aware of fake outs. You can have it's going, and then it fakes you out. So the first part of a new day and even a new hour, it works on every time frame. the start of a minute. It's every single time. It's start of a minute, 5 minutes, 15, all that. Those big ones, but the big psychological ones are the daily ones, the weekly ones as well. It can fake you out a lot of the time. It starts going in one direction, whatever direction that is, and then for a bit, and you go, oh, that's looking good, and then bang. And similarly, though, it can fake you out the other way. It goes, oh no, we're going down further. It's just opened the day, and we're already 1% down, and then it fakes you out. So just be aware of the fake out. That's all. That's what you really need to know about silver for the moment. I would say the line in the sand for me on this very interim time frame. Let's pop into the 4 hour. Don't forget you've got some explosive show and tell coming up. Plus we're going to do the gold and platinum analysis in US dollars right here. Very clearly, that's at the 0.618 Fibonacci from this high and this low. That's at $31 and technically $31.57. Just call it $31.60 if you want. So I need to see it remain above and hold a day above 31.60, breaking below there. Then it looks like we're heading down, probably to test the final hurdle again of 31 US dollars. What am I talking about for all the new subscribers that have just joined us? $31 is my final hurdle to say that if we close a month, preferably May, but if we close the month of May, there's the final hurdle right here. If we close the month of May above this $31 level, then I have to, just on the weight of evidence, switch from 99% sure that we're in a new bull market to 100% sure. And I'll stick with that if it does. Now, could we, after, let's say we close May over $31 and then June just fakes us out and heads back down, I will still say we're in a new bull market because we did close a month, any month, above that $31 level. That's for me. You can do your own thing. That's just my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm the world's greatest soothsayer. No, not at all. It's just my opinion, and you can take it or you can shove it. So that is, let's look on the weekly. Weekly's looking good for silver. So you've come up to this dotted line area, so within the normal range. We had a move back down to the yellow average right here. Yes, hit the thumbs up, by the way. When you get a chance, hit the thumbs up because that helps with the algorithm. And get your comments in too. That also helps. And so we've had a second move to test to go into extremely overbought on the weekly time frame. And we've had a little bit dip, and we're curling back up again. Does that mean we're definitely going up? No, just bear that in mind. We've had two little touches. So it's looking strong for me at the moment. While we're above 32, silver is looking strong. I know we're hovering above there, but I just need to see it stay above there, at least on the daily for me. And I won't talk about even lower prices from here because we're not there. Higher prices from here, if you're just new to the channel, I will stick with my call. I've still got to draw in that purple box, but I've been saying it for like last year, even early last year, late last year, but the start of this year when I was even working for another bullion dealer, a different one. I don't work for any bullion dealer right now, but when I was working for a specific one, I was even saying back then between 30 to 40 US dollars has been my target for 2024. I'm sticking with that until evidence shows me otherwise. That is your silver looking good prognosis. Still above 32. Let's see what the day holds. And I've just given you my lower targets. And you can, out of interest, you can see some interim targets here. That's just based on this little Fibonacci. You can probably discount that. The big one here is at $38.50. That's why I say somewhere between $37 to $40 for me for 2024. Some people think it's going to be much higher, and that's great. And I certainly hope it is, but I will stick with that for now. That is silver, funky people. Let's go straight to gold in US dollars, currently 2,360 US dollars, priced in US dollars. Duh. We're using the tradingview.com website. These are my personal charts right here. You can't find these anywhere other than here. I don't link to them or anything like that. So if you want to keep up to date with my personal charts, you have to hit the big red subscribe button. Great to see that we're over 2,350. So that's positive for gold as well. So silver's looking good. Gold is looking good for the moment. Again, it's just Wednesday. Things could change. But what you can see right here, to the new subscribers, we had that move up to 2,400. After we broke 2,400, I put in this line here saying it was a final hurdle for new all-time highs. We did find some resistance. Then we finally broke above it. We closed above it, which said new all-time highs above here were coming. We did see that move, but it was a quick spike. Oftentimes from a failed move to hold comes a fast move in the opposite direction, which we saw. And then we hovered around this 2330 level, which was definitely an area of support, you could see, because it was previous resistance. And then we broke back above, and this is the good part. We broke back above this downtrend line right here, and so far we closed yesterday above it. Great sign for gold. Likely, don't be surprised if we see a retest of it, because what happens is a lot of the time after you have a breakout of a key trend line, for example, you tend to revisit it. Now, we did try that once. We tried here, we broke out, made a new all-time high, but it failed to hold. We've broke back down, and we've broken back up again through it. So this time, I'm hoping that we come back and test it, let's say around about 2345, 2,345 roughly. Would be an area of support, but it's between 2,345 and 2,350 because it's this purple range right here. Previous resistance, 2350. So let's say that $5 range between 2345 and 2350 is where I'd like to see it hold and bounce off from, and range for a while above 2350. And then I would be saying, oh yeah, absolutely. Then we're looking great for another test of 2400, big level for me, and then breaking and holding above that, new all-time highs. Where we go from there, we'll have to see. Because we came really close to this 2470 level, but we haven't hit there yet. But I will readjust once we're above 2,400 US dollars to stay abreast of everything. Hit the big red subscribe button. You know what to do. That's on the daily time frame. Although you can see, look on the daily, again, we've been extremely overbought 2 times. That's a double top right there. And we've come all the way back down into the normal kind of range. We tested extremely overbought, didn't go there. Looks, is that a double bottom right here? You can see that support. I love technical analysis. I just love it. You even find support and resistance on the relative strength index as well, because it does kind of mirror the currency, fiat currency price. But I just love the fact that you can do TA on RSI as well. Too many abbreviations. But we're just in a range on the daily time frame on the relative strength index. I need to see it break back above the yellow average line right there. It's the 14-day average, I believe it is. But above here at that 5960 level, and that would be telling me, oh, we're onwards and upwards. That's on the daily. On the weekly, just bear in mind on the weekly, we have been extremely overbought and we have been trending down. Okay, just keep that in mind. On the monthly time frame, also, this is for gold again. On the monthly time frame, it's good to see that we have peeked our head into extremely overbought. Okay, it does mean a top is coming soon. Okay, you're not down here, with gold quite undervalued or gold quite oversold. Not completely extremely oversold, but you're in sort of getting in oversold territory. So we're not down here anymore. We're up here. So when we're up in this area here, it can have some explosive moves. You can still have months where it goes, crazy. So to give you an example, let's see, what's an equivalent? Can you see that over here? Yes, you can. My head's not in the way. No, it's not. Great. Right here, for example, we've just peaked into extremely overbought right here. That's kind of akin to here. And that's back in, say, what's that? April of 2020. What happened in April of 2020? So to give you an example, I'm not saying it's certainly going to go like this. But if I was to do from, say, there to this peak, you can see right here in where we went extremely overbought on the monthly time frame, that's a 33% move. Okay, so I am not saying this is happening at all. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, just bear it in mind. It's only purely an example. But for example, honestly, it's a pure example, and it means nothing. Okay, but what I'm saying is, even 33% from here, that's what, 3,130 US dollars. That's over the 3,000 psychological mark. I'm absolutely not saying it's going there from here. I'm just letting you know, I'm just showing you how once you get an extremely overbought territory, you can spend a lot of time in there. That's months and months. That's almost 6 months basically still, and you can have much more room to go. I am not saying we're pumping 33% in gold from here. No, I'm not saying that because there's hurdles along the way. But just bear in mind, that's what can happen, if that plays out, if history rhymes as such, okay? So just Keep that in mind. I'm not saying it's going to over $3,000 in the next 6 months, anything like that, but it's happened before, as in that kind of pump in a 6-month period, and so just bear that in mind. Cool? Let's go back to the daily. Any other levels we need to look at? No, not really. Yep, 2400 resistance, very clear resistance for me, and support level I need to hold 2345. Breaking down here again, we're talking about 2,305 US dollars, or down to here at maybe 2290. I'll leave it at that for gold. So that is your gold analysis. I'll just want to quickly have a look at the AUD versus USD, because we are in Australia and your international currency floats against the US dollar, so it does matter. Just out of interest for the Aussies, for the Aussie apes out there, yeah, we're still in a range, so nothing's broken out or broken down. Nothing's broken up or broken down on the Australian to US dollar exchange rate. I would watch for this area here. As this goes up, it means that the Australian dollar is strengthening against the US dollar. That's not good for your gold holdings, but it could be good for other things. See, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. If you're purely like, I want my gold value to go up and my silver value to go up, then you want to see this ratio go down. You want to see the Australian dollar weaken against the US dollar, because everything you have in your US, denominated in USD, goes up in your foreign currency. So you want to see your foreign currency go down against USD if you just purely all about, I want to see my silver in my foreign currency go up. That makes sense? Good. But again, you've got to balance that. What else is happening in the economy if your currency is weakening against the US dollar? So it's, again, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But we're just in that range. So watch for a break of here for the AUD people. And then it would say we were making a move for this major downtrend line right here, and I'd expect some resistance breaking that. Well then, geez, Australian dollar is really strengthening against the US dollar. So what you'd want to see is a move back down here and break that line, and then we'd be heading down further, but we'll talk about that later if it happens. That's the AUD, USD. We'll quickly do gold to silver ratio, tanking like a stone, 73 now, so it's under 75. And we are clearly heading down on the relative strength index as well. Excuse me. Pardon me. So very clearly, this is on the weekly time frame. You can see we've got room to move down, but it's getting down into that extremely undervalued for gold area. But I still have that area here of 75. Sorry, not 75. We've broken through 75. That's right here. Very clear level. It's 70 is a major support level for me. So I could see... let's see on the monthly time frame. Look at it, it's just tanked like a stone in May. We've gone from 88 to 73.5 on the gold to silver ratio in 1 month. Well, that's crazy levels, man. So silver is really outperforming gold. Great to see if you're in silver. Closing below 75 for May. Would tell me that we are potentially heading down to the 70 level. Big support level for me. Breaking 70, I think would be major support. Breaking 70, then like skies, I was going to say, the ground is the limit. Ground is the limit, and probably heading down eventually to that 50 level. Imagine buying here and swapping silver for gold here. Ooh, Nelly. So that's looking good for silver holders. Of course, there will always be bounce backs, so just be aware. It's going to happen at some point. Gold will become extremely undervalued, and that's a time where you would consider looking to, swap some of your potentially swap some of your silver into gold. You may have a ratio number in mind. I am always watching the relative strength index. I might do a very separate video topic on just the relative strength index alone, because I do find it quite predictive. That and Fibonacci and trend lines, that's pretty much what I use. That is the gold to silver ratio. Let's look at platinum. Platinum, I'm still excited about it. I have to be excited about it because it's above this trend line. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Very, very quickly, I'm excited. I have to be, because I said I would be. I have to be excited, getting excited for platinum above this trend line. We're remaining above it, so I'm still getting excited. I'm not anywhere near excited in my pants region until we break the final hurdle of 1,115, 1,120 roughly. If we close a month, any month above $1,115 roughly, I am so excited in my pants I wouldn't be able to stand up for a week. Okay, so we're not there yet, but I'm just mini excited. I'm semi excited while we're above this downtrend line. Okay, but look, platinum flirts with us. It does this all the time. So potentially, look, I needed to stay above here. Let's call that the $1,040, $1,035 level. Breaking below there, we've got 990, and then unfortunately, just to all the newbie subscribers, this long-term downtrend line back to February of 2008. If we break below there again, I'm going to be in depression mode again with platinum. I'll just say, yeah, par for course. It just fakes us out and then does this thing, which it's been doing since February of 2021, when it finally broke out of this long-term downtrend line, but said, no, screw you. I'm only going to do that for a few weeks and then back down. So that's platinum. I am in excited territory, but not fully excited, not the full Monty. That is platinum. That's all you need to know. So here we go to some quick comments, and then I'm going to show you some explosive show and tell. So let's get in some comments right here. And you've got so many comments as well. This is fantastic. Hazard's in the house. GMS. We have lots of people watching live right now. Greg C. Welcome, Greg C. Yes, Black Coal, GMS early start. I'm trying to inch everyone a little bit earlier and a little bit earlier. I think it's going to be 9:30 for a bit, as far as I'm aware. I've got plans, people. I've got plans, so I'm trying to inch you a little bit earlier. Maybe even it might become... I started the show doing it around about 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m., and it was proving difficult for a couple of reasons, but let's see. But 9:30. So always expect around about 9:30 to 10 a.m. for now. But you've always got to check every time. The best way to check is to go to the gold and silver... Well, just check the YouTube channel. The best way to check is to be notified. So hit the notification bell on YouTube, and then you'll get notified what time the live is happening. You can work back. If it says, live in half an hour, look at your time, and you can, reverse engineer, as they say. You're talking of that. Fantastic. Tony Peterson says, bull market territory for sure. It's looking that way. Hold above $31 on a monthly time frame, and I am 100% there. I'm 99% there. Tony Peterson says, when 50 Australian dollars for a silver kangaroo becomes the normal, the mindset of stacking changes. Amazing. Just, I think 14 years ago, so 2010, I started stacking. I've told this story a million times before. It took me 3 months from the time I started investigating to the time I started investing until I bought my first silver. The price in that time went from 14.15 USD to 25.26 USD. Dang! But I had to spend that time really, deciding, okay, this is what I want to do. I wish I had pulled the trigger earlier, but we all wish we had. But yeah, look, and the climb up to 50, and then this is at the time where silver, where the Australian dollar was at parity or even higher than the US dollar. So we never even made it in Australian dollars to 50 Australian dollars ever. And talking about the spot price there, and then more recently, now it's, and you couldn't imagine 50 Australian dollars for a coin. It was crazy to think about. Now it is pretty much the norm. If you see, because I've done it myself, and I've been in this industry for so many years. If I've seen on Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, they've got a silver coin, Maples or something. That's their cheapest silver coin, I think, on their website. By the way, their Maples are dirt cheap compared to anywhere else in Australia. They are the cheapest. I'm not joking. I'm not just saying this because they're my brand partner. They're the cheapest Maples in Australia from any bullion dealer, like it has a website and all that sort of stuff, as far as I'm aware. And trust me, I do the price watching, okay? So I haven't seen them cheaper. And very recently, I've seen them a little bit under 50. I'm like, oh, they're under 50. That's good. That's our mindset now. So you're correct, Tony. I see, even me, silver, I live my life with silver and precious metals. I see it under 50, and I go, oh, that's a bargain. Oh, silver under 50, that's a bargain. So you are correct. The mindset of stacking, I think it's already changed. So I would agree with that. Silver to... good on you, Wolf Web. The good old one. Silver to the moon. I love it. Tony says, a Kenga. Yes, that's true. Why is that? Yeah. So someone asked how so, and I agree with this. A kangaroo, a 1 ounce silver, I don't have one, a 1 ounce silver kangaroo from the Perth Mint, you know, the cheap and cheerful ones, the mass-produced ones that don't come in a capsule, has the perception, and it's true, really, of being the coin closest to spot price. Yes, not long ago you were selling them for $40, including postage. Yeah, it felt so weird to be selling them for $47.50 a week ago or so ago, and now they're over $50, basically. It's crazy, but the craziness will continue. So it will feel more expensive. Yeah, kind of. The dealers had them at 52. That's a bigger bite out of the working man's wallet, especially when all the other costs of living are rising exponentially too, of course. But we buy precious metals to maintain our purchasing power over time. For sure, feeling that bacon bends and Band-Aid. Bacon bends and I think you meant something else. Bacon beans and Band-Aids are more expensive these days. So CT, because you're from Texas, you've seen obviously, you've seen the increase in prices here. I can tell you from Australian perspective, the inflation here for everyday goods has been ridiculous. 40, 50% for some things. Oh no, God no, way more than that for some things. As I've talked about before, I've seen things double on the shelves for certain products. And everyday products too, but you've seen a 50%, 60% increase in nappies, for example. It's just been ridiculous since, what everything happened, what had happened in March of 2020. And you know what? And it wasn't our fault. Should I do a video on that? Probably not. Probably get demonetized. Not that I'm even monetized, but, get deboosted and, the algorithm will hate me to talk about whose fault that was. I know for almost 100. I have a very good feeling for almost 100% whose fault that was. Beans. Oh, you said it. Beans. What about the other B? Don't say it. You don't have to type it in. But what about the other B? CT. You're from Texas, CT. Do you have provisions of the other B? And you know what I'm talking about. Let me know below. Well, actually, don't let me know about if it's a private thing. But have you factored that in too? True CT, prices rises and shrinkflation. Yes, and the gaps in the shelves are there still post. Yep, it is. I ain't going to be eating no bugs. I am not eating bugs. I don't like bugs in the first place. No thanks. Yuck. Hazza says maybe 9 a.m. for the show. Maybe. I'm not quite sure. Klaus Schwab can have my serve of bugs. I think he just left was it the Atlantic group or the WEF as the head of? I think he's leaving and someone else is taking his place, as far as I remember. So, time code. You want to see the piece of explosive. It's explosive show and tell today, and that actually ties into something I just said to CT just before, didn't I? Give me 1 second, people. So here is your show and tell. It's from my stack. So what I do here is every now and then I do some show and tell, and that's either going to be something from my stack or it's something that other people share. So if you want to share stuff from your own stack or anything, send me an email, gmstackers@gmail.com. You can remain anonymous if you want, or your YouTube handle or whatever it is, or just say, don't even mention my YouTube handle. That's fine. Just send me an email, gmstackers@gmail.com. Send me a picture of something you recently bought or your favorite piece from your stack or just anything you want. A story about something, or, do you have a story about crazy storage stories or anything like that you've heard? I want the scoops at gmstackers@gmail.com. But I'm going to show you my two pieces of explosive, you know what's coming, explosive show and tell. Now I'll see how close I can get. Right here. Right here. I love this stuff. Now, a lot of you actually have this, okay? Now, I don't know how close we can get in terms of that's that side. How close can we get in terms of because it's a little bit smaller, okay? So you're going to have to see my wonderful, beautiful mug. There we go. Let's see how close we can get. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get as close as I can. But they are rounds. Now, not the kind of rounds that you're used to, silver rounds. They're of the explosive round type, explosive, because you know what you put them in and you know what they do. So let's see I'm just seeing how close I can get, people. I want to get there. Come on, fella. Give me the scoop. Give me the 411. There we go. Yeah, boy. So it's upside down is the, I'll do that. Yep. The Northwest something mint. Northwest Territory. Is that the Northern Territory mint? I've forgotten what it is, but that's the 2 ounce 9999 AG. So it's 2 ounces of silver right there. Let's see how close I can do it. And it's still in shot. It's just beautiful. Look at her. Look at you. I just love it. It's that stuff I love. So let's see how close we can get right here. I just love this stuff personally, for a bunch of reasons. So that is, I've forgotten what the caliber is. I should know what that, Joe should know what that caliber is, but it's just beautiful. And I'll show you the other one right here. This is the 1 ounce version, and I'll put it this way, I'm more used to seeing this version right here. So this is the 45 right here. So that's the 45 cal right there. Again, I'm so sorry. I'll try and get as close as I can. Thank you for your patience. So it just basically means I have to get closer for it to, okay, so just when in doubt, get closer. So right there, the 1 ounce version right there. I just love these. And I think a lot of you have them in your stack, but it's the, that is the 45 cal version right there. I'm trying to get it so it at least comes up in the thumbnail as well. So that's that version, and I'll just see if I can show you both at the same time. And then that's that, and that's that. Yep, and yep. So let's see if we can do both, and we'll get, geez, Joe. There we go, and beautiful right there. The 2 ounce and the 1 ounce. Just lovely. Nice. So those are those. I'm sorry that you can't see them as close as you would like, but there you go. As close up, but you can see them like that. So that is the, I've forgotten whether, is that a 30-06? I think that's a 30-06. It's not a, that's not a NATO. It's not a 5.56. It's definitely larger. So I think that's a 30-06. I could be wrong on that. And that's obviously the 45 cal. I know that's not the 9 mil because 9 mil's not as large. So that's the 45 cal. And the 30-06, I think it is. It's not the 5.56 round. Definitely not, because that's too large. So that is my awesome bit of explosive show and tell. It's pure silver again. So 1 ounce for the 45 cal and 2 ounce for, I think it's the 30-06. And do correct me if I'm wrong. So that is my awesome show and tell for today. And I'll read, I think Tony's got a few things to say about that show and tell. Let's have a quick look-see. Northwest, thank you. Northwest Territorial Mint. Yes. Did they go out of business by any chance? Is there some rumor about them? Did they go out of biz? Here we go. Tony Pearson says, yes, Klaus bailed. Lots of elites are missing in action. But about this particular pew-pews. Pew-pews. Yeah, man. Yes. Can't say a lot about the pew-pew on a YouTube channel because depends on the wording you use and all that. You can get or chucked off or deboosted or all that kind of stuff. So you gotta be careful. I got a 10 ounce pew pew engraved for my son's birthday last year. Wow! If that was what would that have been modeled on? Out of inch, what caliber would that have been on a 10 ounce? I'd have to. Geez, that's large. I mean, again, that's the 2 ounce right there. That's the 2 ounce, and that's large, man. So that would have to have been like, that'd have to be a 50 cal. I'm guessing your 50, the 10 ounce version would have been a 50 cal. That's my guess. Okay, very cool. So yes, Northwest Territorial Mint, based in Washington, USA. You're a wealth of information. I love it. Hazza says, I have a silver and a copper version. Oh, very cool. Oh, it's the 308. Thank you. Yeah, 30-06 is a bit smaller. So you're right, it is a 308. 30-06 is smaller. So it's a 308. A lot of people use a 308 for deer, things like that. Not me personally. I'm not into that side of things. I never have done that. Not that I wouldn't if it was in a survival necessity, but I wouldn't do it just to do it. I don't think doing the whole, having something that's large enough to take down something, you know what I'm saying, right? I have never done that. I would if necessary, obviously. Duh. Now on the, yes, they did. Northwestern Territorial Mint filed for bankruptcy, yes, in 2016. So it was a while ago. So these are from a while ago, unless someone else started, taking them over. So that has been I'm trying to get a really good thumbnail here. I think I probably got one. But right there. Let's see how close I get. Sorry, guys. I know you love it when I try to get a thumbnail. So I'll do that. And then I'll do it on this side as well. I can stick them up my nose as well. Or I can do that. Or I've done that before. And here's one. I'm not going to do that as a thumbnail. Gross. Silver up my nose. Silver up my nose would actually be very antibacterial, antimicrobial. So I've just made myself a superhuman by sticking silver up my nose. Public information, do not stick silver up your nose. I need to do that in case someone says, he told me to drink disinfectant. That didn't happen, by the way. No one told anyone to drink disinfectant. That's not a thing. If you're watching this from somewhere around the world, you're randomly a more left-leaning person. Not that left-leaning people really watch this side of the world about gold and silver stacking. Most of us are sort of on the other side. If you think that anyone in the world ever suggested to drink disinfectant, that is incorrect. You have been duped. Anyway, that's a little political. So get your last comments in. Just get your fond farewells now. So let's say our goodbyes for now. That has been Good Morning Stackers for, I keep saying it, Wednesday, the 29th of May, 2024. You'll get another one tomorrow. Let's see what happens. We just want to see silver closing May, or any month, but preferably May, above that $31 mark. Then I'm going to be the day that closes, so on June the 1st, no, June the 1st doesn't. June the 3rd, I think, falls on the Monday. You wait to see the video on Monday, June the 3rd. If we close above 31, it's going to be a party and a half. So, David Williams says, adios. Tony Peterson says, I've never seen the copper pew-pews. Now I got to hunt them down. I'd also love to import some silverbacks. Yeah, that'd be great too. All right, people, say your fun goodbyes to everyone, and let's do a final synchronized slurp. Thank you for watching Good Morning Stackers, here every single weekday. 3, 2. Enjoy the rest of your day. Work hard, work safe, all that stuff. Bye for now. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking. See you tomorrow.